Okay, so my research was on two cases where there was the prospects of large citizen mobilization that was specific against the sectarian system. In 2011, it's not widely known, but up to 30,000, 40,000 people took the streets that was asking for the downfall of the sectarian system, إسقاط النظام. And we saw a recurrence of this after the garbage crisis in Lebanon in summer of 2015, where the activists also connected the crisis of garbage to a crisis of governance. At the same time, these two movements might have emerged at different times, but we see that sectarian political leaders as well as the system uses similar tactics to suppress these movements. Although Lebanon perhaps is a little bit different in the form of oppression, unlike other countries that we saw in the panel like Iraq and the Gulf, at the same time, Lebanese leaders and the system uses about 8 tentacles, so I call them the tentacles of the octopus, الأخطبوط الطائفي, either through threat, so direct threat to economic interests, basic services, employment, a direct threat of arrest, direct threat of violence, and also threat of coexistence. So whenever there's a movement that reconsiders the system or says, yeah, the Lebanese system needs to be reformed or needs to be brought down, there's a threat of coexistence. عم نهدد العيش المشترك بلبنان. So these are some threatening mechanisms, but also the Lebanese system and politicians deploys a lot of co-optation mechanisms. So the discourse in 2011, وقت إسقاط النظام, a lot of politicians said, yeah, we want to change the system as well. So they adopt this discourse without making any concrete reform or concrete changes that activists are demanding. So co-optation through discourse, through media, through dialogue. I mean, while the protests against the garbage crisis were taking place, there was a national dialogue table discussing something totally different that also led to no outcome. So there's been a lot of means that have become quite enshrined for either putting people at risk or claiming that people's demands will put the system at risk, or literally putting people in jail. I mean, this summer, 42 activists were detained on no charges, basically. So that was my research. I'm really so pleased and so inspired. I feel like not only for Lebanon and for Beirut, but particularly for AUB, it's natural position to be a convener on these topics and to use a lot of, this is a liberal arts college, and I think that we're promoting the right to speak and to research, and I've really enjoyed most of the presentations, and I just want to thank IFI for that.